The two ordinary hosts of this podcast are not professionals on parapsychology, extraterrestrials, cryptozoology, nor would they describe themselves as religious or prone to superstition. They'd also like to make it known that this show is not intended for children or those with sensitive sensibilities. Please listen at your own discretion. And remember, the truth is often anecdotal.
Hello, listeners. I am Mr. R.
And I'm Mr. X.
A Paranormal Dudes.
Reading paranormal stories.
Tell me, Mr. X, have you ever been to a summer camp?
I have, actually. Shoot, I'm gonna struggle remembering what it's called now. It was
Okay.
it was like back when I was 8, 9. My mom sent me off to a Christian camp. Actually, I think I did it twice, 2 years, and probably not consecutively either. Camp Keystone is what it was called in Florida.
Camp Keystone, okay.
Yeah, good memories, actually. It was a fun time. It was a Christian camp. They made us sing Christian songs, one of which was like a Louis knockoff. You know, that song,
Mhm.
Louis, Louis, except it was about, oh my God, which one was the one that freed the Jews from Egypt?
What are you talking about?
The story, the Bible story. Moses.
Oh,
it was about Moses.
Sorry.
Yeah.
To let my people go.
Yeah. That's literally the chorus to it. It's like, Pharaoh, Pharaoh.
Oh.
Oh, baby, let my people go. I remember that, like, to this day, like, Christ. They sung it like 5 times a day. So,
Incredible stuff.
but it was fun. Got to go, swimming. They had a lot of activities, although I don't remember having a whole lot of time to actually do the activities. There was like horseback riding, archery, volleyball. That's where I learned how to kayak, although kayaking is not that difficult, but it's the first time I remember ever kayaking. So yeah, it was a good time. Never had anything creepy happen there. Not
Nothing?
paranormal or otherwise, no.
Okay.
What about you? You ever
Interesting.
been to a summer camp?
Yeah, well, it wasn't, I mean, like you, it was
Were you out in the oil rigs?
it was a church thing.
Oh.
It was a church thing,
Mhm.
like a retreat that we would go to. I'm not gonna remember the place. It was somewhere in Texas, and we'd be there for like a month, and it was with the youth group that I would often romp around with. So,
How old were you?
man, I guess it ranged. I went a couple times. Probably 10 to 14, maybe.
Oh, okay. So you
Yeah.
had a little range there. See, I only went 2 years, and I must have been somewhere between 8 and 10. But I do remember seeing the counselors there and being like, "This is kind of cool. I would want to do this as a first job, you know?"
Sure.
Never got the chance though, because I moved out of Florida. But
Great.
yeah, I do I do remember one counselor. Obviously, I don't remember his name. I just remember he was like a tan dude, had a shaved head, and he got his first tattoo while we were there, and he got a big old cross in between his shoulder blades.
Wow.
And we're all like, "Whoa, dude, that's cool." Like, probably not what I would do for a tattoo, but that's pretty cool. We went swimming a couple days later, and
Uh-oh.
it started to peel. And now having tattoos, I know that like it peels, right? The dead skin starts to come off and stuff. But as kids, we were all kind of like, "Wait, was that a real tattoo?" Because like I don't think real tattoos are supposed to peel like that.
That's so
Um,
good.
Yeah, but yeah, we're all just a bunch of dumb kids. So, but no, nothing creepy for me. Anything creepy for you?
My redheaded cousin had long curly hair, and
Creepy.
some transfers from Africa gave him cornrows. And that was pretty terrifying.
I was imagining a girl, not a...
Oh, sorry. No, it was my cousin. My cousin. I guess I
He
should.
had
I don't say his
a
name.
little-
But
He had a little ginger fro.
Man, it was pretty shocking because he did it while like we were all doing like, you know, like you said, like kayaking or doing some kind of activity.
Yeah.
And by the time we caught back up with him, he had made friends with all of these, you know, I don't know what they were called. They were like, clearly they were visiting from an African country.
Right.
And he had made friends with a lot of them. And I guess somehow he convinced them or they volunteered to just give this dude cornrows. And it was jarring, to say the least.
Nah, man. We had a transfer, like a couple counselors who were like transfers, but I had one from Norway, this Norwegian guy, and the only thing I remember about him specifically was that he had really bad acne and facial scars. But he was a cool dude, and one day I convinced him that if you pulled the little tab off of the soda can and dropped it into your soda, it gave it extra flavor. And mind you, I was like 9. And this like 16, 17-year-old kid still did it. It was like, okay.
Man, I can't believe you lied at church camp.
Hey, you know what? I don't think most of those counselors were religious. That's looking back on it.
Yeah.
So, well, all right. I guess that's probably the most actual summer camp stories we're gonna get out of this episode, because
not a lot of anecdotes about summer camp.
Yeah, these stories mostly just focus on the weird thing that happened. But yeah, we can just go ahead and jump into these stories, and we'll start with your first one here.
Okay, all right. My first story, very simple. You can tell from the title. You're gonna get it immediately, no questions asked. It is. Friend and I saw floating glowing orbs when we were kids, and he says he saw them again. This was posted into r/paranormal as of 16 hours ago. It reads is a little bit longer than I remember it being. It reads like this. I don't know much about the paranormal. I've never really been interested in it. I'm pretty skeptical about it all. But recently I asked a friend about an experience we had as kids, and he looked shocked, as though he was putting something together. I didn't come straight out and ask him about any detail. I just said, do you remember when we were playing Wolf Hunt as kids at summer camp? I know it sounds cliche, but it actually happened. And we saw something in the woods, and his eyes lit up. And without any more details from me, he told me exactly what I remember seeing. Like I said, we were kids playing a game at summer camp in southern Louisiana. A game where you grouped up to find the team leads. We had wandered away from the group to search a tree line because they weren't allowed to hide farther than 10 feet past it. Then I looked up and saw 3 faintly glowing light blue blobs out in the woods. I told my friend to look because I thought they were glowing mushrooms, similar in color to some bioluminescent shrooms we had seen before. When we looked up at them, we were both surprised to see that they were moving, and there was 1 or 2 that had moved out from behind a tree. I asked him what they were, and he replied that they were balls, which I couldn't really tell because I have poor eyesight. What is weirder about our behavior, because however weird it was to see blue blobs levitate around a tree, neither of us felt scared. We literally just turned away and kept on with the game.
You know what? We should add that to the drinking game. Didn't feel scared.
Didn't feel scared, or just like kind of moved on with their day.
Yeah. So everyone listening, take a drink.
Go ahead, take a drink. We'll wait. I only remembered the experience because some of my friends were telling ghost stories, and someone brought up glowing shapes. The next day, I happened to be checking out my friend's new place when I asked him if he remembered anything, being careful not to give him any details that would influence his memory. As he recalled the experience, his eyes lit up. He began telling me that he had seen them again, 2 of them, floating in the dark in the woods outside of his house. He said he hadn't connected the 2 incidents until I brought it up. I tried looking into some possible explanations, but I'm not really convinced of anything yet. Any ideas?
Well, my first thought is exactly what this first comment gets into. So I don't know if you read the comment.
I did not.
Okay, so what would you say is the first thing that comes to mind for you?
Well, I mean, like, glowing orbs are pretty prominent in the South. I mean, there's locations in Texas and Louisiana and Georgia where it's suspected that it's like methane plasma balls or something.
Mm-hmm.
But there are there's like a field somewhere in Texas where you could just go and watch the glowing orbs.
Yeah, there's like a railroad track, I think in Louisiana or Arkansas, maybe, where you go out and you could see like glowing orbs. I think they call them will-o'-the-wisps or something like that. Will-o'-the-wisps.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Something like that. So that's essentially what the first comment has to say here.
Yeah, comment number 1 says, probably ball lightning, which if you don't know what that is, fucking Google it. The videos they have of this stuff is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Obviously, you could do anything with computers these days, but
Ball
lightning or methane, and phosphane gases from decaying organic matter igniting due to static electricity or micro lightning. I've never heard of micro lightning. The former is uncommon, but the latter is normal in swamp or damp forested areas. If you look up swamp lights or will-o'-the-wisps, they look like what you described and are naturally occurring phenomenon. The OP does respond to this by saying, that was something I considered, but these stuck around for a while, and circled around a tree fairly quickly, which, from what I've seen, doesn't match up with the will-o'-the-wisps. Ball lightning could do that, but I'm not sure if they appear in groups like that, and so dimly. Now the commenter replies as well, saying, based on where you were, Louisiana, and the fact you don't mention if it was raining, swamp lights seems like the most likely scientific explanation. Ball lightning, if it was raining. Oh, that's the end of the sentence. But of course, Louisiana is also the focus of a lot of ghost stories.
This is a pretty reasonable commenter.
Yeah.
For the paranormal subreddit, right? Coming in with like a scientific mind, focusing on the facts as opposed to like, oh, maybe it was ghost following you.
Have you considered it was a dog?
Have you considered angels?
Have you considered Portal from the past?
Have you considered your grandpa coming to say goodbye?
Have you considered you ate too much wheat that day?
Yeah, have you considered laying off the pork rinds?
We're bringing it back, baby.
Hey, I think a lot of this stuff can be explained by pork rinds. So.
That's We need a new logo where it's just like a bag of pork rinds with a lined circle through it.
Maybe I'll add Bigfoot holding a bag of pork rinds.
That's so funny. I love that idea so much.
But yeah, this was the only little comment thread for this one. Not a whole lot of other insight. I guess we gave all the possible explanations that it could have been.
I think my favorite part of the story, like obviously he's going on about he and his friend remember seeing lights, whatever. And then he goes on to say, I have poor eyesight.
Yeah. He's like, I can really be sure because I can't see.
Hey, it's either lead with that or don't mention it at all because it's going to ruin the credibility of this story.
Yeah, hey, I can tell you, I see orbs of light all the time if I don't have my glasses on.
Usually out in the road.
Yeah. The eyesight's kind of discount a lot of this. But at the same time, he does end it by saying they're not sure, they're not convinced of anything. So we could just say, hey, your eyes suck. Maybe it's that. This was only posted 16 hours ago. You know what? Let me click on the link. Shit, this is the only one I didn't put a link on.
Of course.
Pull this up real quick just to see if there's any more comments on it. And oh yeah, there's a few more, and it's just a continuation of the thread between these two. Yeah. So, okay. So the OP does specify it wasn't raining, but it was cloudy, and there was heat lightning. What the fuck is that? What does that mean?
Oh, heat lightning?
Yeah.
Usually that happens in high deserts, but I guess it could happen anywhere else.
I mean, it is Louisiana. It's just one big swamp. But the LP does essentially just say here that they think will-o'-the-wisps is the best explanation.
Oh, I'm thinking of something else. Sorry. Heat lightning is apparently a misnomer. used for the faint flashes of lightning on the horizon and other clouds from distant thunderstorms that do not appear to have accompanying sounds because they're so far away.
Okay. Well, that's a weird name, because you wouldn't be able to feel the heat on them if you can't hear them.
Oh, that's a good point.
The OP is going with Will o' the Wisp, and so will we. It's not necessarily paranormal. It's, just a whimsical name for it. But okay, let's go on to my next story, because this one is also kind of long, and we do have a few comments for it. So this one's called Florida Summer Camp Has So Many Shadow People. What are these things, and why are they all here? And I just gotta say, I hated the way this guy wrote this out, so I did editorialize it a little bit. This is from the Paranormal Encounters subreddit, posted 3 years ago. So I just spent the summer out in the middle of nowhere in Florida, USA, working at a summer sleepaway camp. I don't think you had to specify USA, but okay.
No.
This camp owns over 100 acres of pure forest, and before it was a camp, it was an air base. If you recognize it, don't say anything for privacy reasons. Thanks. So, for quite a few years now, maybe much longer, counselors and campers alike have been having weird experiences out there with tall shadow people. That was in quotes. And normally, there's a lot of fun storytelling at camps, but there is an eerie amount of correlation between some of these stories I've heard about this specific thing. And some of these people who have had these experiences don't know the stories from the others, like new campers having same experiences as counselors from years ago. They all describe the same thing: tall, thin, shadowy figures of men, sometimes one, sometimes multiple. Their heads are apparently quite a bit taller than the top bunks in the cabins, which is a good 8 feet tall. Campers have described them having to duck to get through doorways. Twice in the past couple years, an entire cabin has seen these things. Usually the counselors would think the kids were just trying to mess with them, but because of the sheer amount of these similar reported experiences from campers, it's being taken more seriously. I feel like something weird is going on, especially when multiple 13-year-old boys are crying because they're so freaked out. On one of these occasions, the camper said these shadow figures came into the cabin and pushed their bunks around. The next morning, marks were left on the floor where the bunks had been moved. On a different occasion, only one figure came in and just stood facing the corner, and the entire cabin witnessed it. On multiple occasions, only one camper has seen this figure, and it has only stared at them in the middle of the room. What on earth is going on here? What is this thing? Thanks. I don't know how to read that. They say thing/plurals. Okay.
Oh, sure.
I myself have never seen any of these strange experiences all summer except for one. I was in a cabin on the counselor's side about to take a nap, but was not asleep yet, just recently laid down. I was on my side facing the wall. There was nobody else in the cabin. Twice within 45 minutes I was there, something sat on the bed behind me. So the cheap mattress sagged like it would if a person sat down and rolled a little. Of course, when I turn around, nothing's there. I'm not sure if that's related to the shadow figures stories, though. So, end of story.
Jeez.
It's just kind of funny to me. I think they're just clearly fucking with this guy. They're just telling him a bunch of little stories.
Think?
Yeah. Because, so the way they word this first sentence here, so I just spent the summer out in the middle of nowhere in Florida working for a summer sleepaway camp. I'm guessing this is their first year.
Right.
Clearly this could just be a like mess with the new guy kind of thing. Maybe it's real, Kids away from home, a lot of them for the first time. Their minds can be thinking of stuff, making stuff up for them. Yeah, I don't know. My first inclination is he's being fucked with. Let's see what the commenters have to say, though.
Okay.
Sounds like this place is heavily energetically charged. It could be a magnetic fields conversion point, or maybe a ley lines conversion point, a quote-unquote portal, as many ghost hunters call it. If the area is remote and generally undisturbed by human activity, it could be home to nature spirits, especially since it's a forest. Okay. I don't think the OP responded to any of these comments, just to let you guys know. I'm afraid to ask what nature spirits are because I feel like it might sidetrack us here, but I'm gonna Google it real quick.
Oh boy. Okay.
Nature spirit. The first thing that pops up is RuneScape.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Take me back to those to the age I was when I went to summer camp. Yeah, RuneScape. Never got too far in that game. That's all that pops up. RuneScape, Nature Spirit, Minecraft, Drezel, Silver Sickle, Silver Bar, Nature Spirit Quest. So I'm guessing I'm not gonna find a whole lot. A lot of these websites are for RuneScape, so I don't know. I don't know how to correlate that. Moving on. Next comment here says, yeah, as a witch, it sounds like someone definitely opened a gateway in that specific area. And given that it's a summer camp, someone probably just wanted to use some magic to see what happens and felt safer using magic away from home. If you want to close it, maybe try finding whatever they used. If they didn't use anything physical, then have fun. Shadow people make good company. LOL. That's literally how they wrote it. Anything physical, then have fun.
The confidence with these comments is so funny.
Oh, which subreddit was this? Paranormal Encounters. Yeah, the the paranormal people. Oh, okay. You know what? That does bring something up. So, a couple episodes ago, we read a comment that referenced a subreddit called Retconned, and the whole reason.
Oh yeah.
Because this episode was originally just going to be camping, but the reason I wanted to specify summer camp is because I was reading through Retconned, and I was going to use one story where they mentioned that they were at summer camp. But one, it was very long, and two, I thought the glitch in the Matrix people were crazy. No, Retconned, those people are insane.
Okay.
A lot of it is people making up Mandela effects. And by that, I mean, like, they're not just like saying like, hey, everybody, does anyone remember the Sharpie logo being in not cursive, or something like that? Instead, they're just kind of like, hey, does anyone else remember being part of like a mind control summer camp? Like one that our parents weren't aware of or something like that. But okay, the next comment here. Comment number 3. I don't know if you read ahead, but
no, I am looking through r/retcon.
Oh, okay. So comment number 3 on this on this Florida summer camp story here goes, I think shadow men are cloaked aliens. Ever since the government admitted that UFOs are real and need serious scientific study, I've become more open to the idea that we share the planet with other intelligent beings. Perhaps the shadow people are the occupants of UFOs, obscuring the details of their forms in order to study humans at close range in our own environments. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Again, another confident. This one's a little more theoretical, but
Man, I feel like shadow people have been around for a good long while, huh?
Pretty popular subject. Yeah.
Okay, so what he's saying here is cloaked, right? They're cloaked. But what does he mean by that? Does he mean like they're wearing a garb that kind of encases them in a shadow, or do they have some kind of technology that just makes them a shadow?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting from it. I think shadow men are cloaked aliens. Like, we're only catching what our primitive eyes will allow.
Yeah, that's dumb. That's it's pretty fucking stupid.
Sure.
So let's see. I included one more comment on here that just simply says, Florida in general is just wild. Great insight.
Tell it like it is.
Yeah. Shadow people at a camp, I personally, I literally just think they're fucking with this guy. Or he's bored. He has enough time to take a 45-minute nap in the middle of the day. So why wouldn't he have enough time to just make some shit up for Reddit,
Mm-hmm.
But you got any theories there, Mr. R?
No. Well, I mean, like I have the obvious theories. It's like, I mean, you set it up top. Someone's being pranked.
Right.
It's easy to buy a black zoot suit. Is that what they're called? Morph suit. Sorry, morph suit.
Yeah,
not
morph suit.
Not
yeah.
zoot suit.
Zoot suit would have been something else entirely.
An all black zoot suit is a haunting, but it's gonna get really funky first.
Yeah, it would be hard to hide with those shoulder pads. So.
Oh boy. Yeah, morph suit. Alternatively, I mean, if we want to have a little fun with it, a shadow person stalking the barracks of a summer camp is creepier to me than a haunting. Yeah.
As we say a lot here, an actual person is a lot scarier than a lot of these paranormal stories. Okay, I see you sent something here. In our little chat.
It's what I was laughing at earlier.
Yeah. So it's just a title from Retcon that says, "The sun feels harsher, and it definitely isn't because of climate change."
What's funny about that title by itself is that clearly this person has had a few arguments in real life where he is for sure that the sun feels harsher, maybe brighter, hotter than it used to be. And everyone he's spoken to is like, yeah, that's climate change. And he's like, no, I'm gonna go to Reddit. I'm gonna prove you guys wrong.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it, but one of these stories and or comments started with someone being like, yeah, I've been seeing a lot of stuff about this recently coming up, but I want to be extra sure before I share my own stories because I'm not sure who I can trust. And it just makes you wonder if these people are like for real. Like, is this?
I mean, if they are for real, like, that sucks.
Yeah, that's a shitty way to live. Like, fuck, man.
God, like everything would be a conspiracy.
And for some people, it is.
Yeah, I guess
see that more and more every day.
For everyone who's listening at home, Mr. X and I are worms. Our voices are made digitally. That we have to basically think really hard at a computer, and it will kind of digitize our voice, our thoughts into voices.
Yeah, ChatGPT helps a lot. Goes a long way.
I've been using Copilot myself, just as a kind of test run.
3 years ago, this wouldn't have been possible, you know?
Not only would it not have been possible, I think in 3 years it will return to not being possible as we will have run out of water.
Yeah. That's why we're doing this podcast, because we can only come out into the real world when it rains, and it hasn't rained here in fucking months, so.
Because Colorado's... Hey, did you all get snow the other day?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Let's move on to your second story here.
Yes. My second story is much shorter. I should say much shorter than my first story. The title is A Friend's Paranormal School Camping Experience. Now, you can say what you want here, just from the title. It's the person who posted this, it's not their story.
Yeah.
Just take everything, not only with a grain of salt, but maybe some thyme and pepper and some arugula and curry. And
sweet paprika, which
there you go.
I've been needing for a recipe and I can't fucking find anywhere.
You can't find any in Denver?
Sweet, like specifically sweet paprika. I can find plenty of normal paprika and plenty of smoked paprika, but not sweet paprika. And I don't know why it needs to be sweet, because the second ingredient in this recipe is brown sugar. So it's going to be made sweet anyways. I did.
Some sugar with some paprika.
I made the recipe. It came out just fine with normal paprika.
Good.
Okay. Anyways.
So A Friend's Paranormal School Camping Experience. This was posted in r/ghost stories as of 3 years ago.
Ooh.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm going to start again. I immediately messed it up. We're from God damn it.
Hey, at least you said cream instead of queer land.
Okay, we're from Queensland, Australia. It was August of 2018. We were on a 3-day school camp at Lake Mugara. To say it like an Australian.
Sure.
Mugara? I don't know. The camp has 3 cabin areas located at a lower elevation close to the lake to that of the main camp and hall. On the second right, it might help if I do it with an accent, right? No,
yeah,
I don't know.
Try it. Yeah, go for it.
What's Australian sound? Kano. I'm Kano. Okay. On the second right, way past curfew, my friend Liam recalls it was around 1 a.m. when he had suddenly woken up to the sound of a loud, deep and slow breathing, unhuman-like. He was at the top bunk, close to the window, with no one beneath and only one other classmate across the room. The breathing had come from outside the cabin, about a few meters away and lasting around 20 to 30 minutes.
Jeez.
20 to 30 minutes?
Yeah, that's a long fucking time.
Jesus.
1 minute is a long time.
Yeah, like what? Count 60 seconds to yourself. It feels like a long time. There were no sounds of footsteps. Liam was lying face away from the window, with his backside up against the wall. Frightened, he didn't dare turn around to look for what was making that sound. May I add, the camp does have horses on its grounds. However, they are in a stable kilometers away. For people who don't know, a kilometer is 1,000 meters. For years, he's been boggled on what actually happened that night. We've deduced it may have been some yowie.
Australian Bigfoot. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to sound like a Yankee when I say that. A yowie, Australian Bigfoot, but with no sounds of footsteps leads me to believe it may have been something more spiritual.
Okay, so just some weird breathing outside for a very long fucking time.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have any theories. There's not a whole lot of comments here, but there are a couple of comments with some theories. But here's a fun thing that we've never had before. First comment here. Why don't you go ahead and read that, Mr. R?
Okay, hold on. I'm saving an image off of Google right now. I really want to show you this image of a yowie. It looks borderline racist. I mean, like there's something about it.
The Aboriginals.
Aboriginals,
isn't it? Yeah.
Right?
Jesus. So, listeners, imagine a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
What you would imagine a Bigfoot, but he's like bottom heavy, kind of like the Grinch from Jim Carrey's.
Oh, that's right.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and then he has a teeny tiny head with kind of walrus fangs sticking out, and just a normal guy face. Very, very weird and unsettling. Is Mr. E reacting to these? Yeah. He's just put a little fire reaction on it.
Okay, very good. Sorry, that it really tickled me, so I wanted to share. So comment number 1 from the user Thunderbusted. Oh shit! What? Okay, yeah. It says I'm the guy in this story. Original poster can confirm that. If you have any questions, ask away. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, this is the first time we've ever had an actual corroboration.
That's crazy. That's like the opposite of take a drink. Everyone throw up.
Yeah, just all the booze that you've had so far. I think we've only had one drink this whole episode.
Yeah, I think so.
But spit that out.
Yeah, get that out of your system. That's crazy. Yeah. And OP does respond to that and just says, yeah, Thunderbusted is OC.
I'm not really sure what OC means in this context.
So in my head, OC means original character, but...
Okay. Because usually OC means original content or original commenter.
Right.
Anyways, that's
crazy. How fun.
A little bit of insight, but not... we don't really get a whole lot from him, I'll just say that.
Oh, man. Okay, I am still kind of hung up on 20 to 30 minutes. 30 minutes is half of this podcast.
Yeah.
So, like, that's a long time to just listen to heavy breathing?
Yeah, just imagine, this should be past the 30-minute mark. Just imagine everything you've heard so far. but
Was-
just
Yeah, unhuman, not inhuman, unhuman breathing.
yeah. So,
Okay. Comment number 2 says possibly a horse sighing as it grazed close by. If you were listening, if you were paying attention, comment number 2, the horses were kilometers away.
yeah. Also, that'd be a lot of sighing. That horse must have like a sinus issue or something.
Yeah, that horse is sick and it needs to be checked out. Thunderbuster responds to this and says, I've heard many horses before, and I can tell you it didn't sound like any horse I've ever heard before. Redundant. Also, the only horses nearby were, it says here, kilometers away. Plus, they were, stabled during the night. I thought it said stabbed. Stabled during the night.
Yeah, they were in a little building, like almost a mile away. So, get that through your head, commenter number 1. All right.
Or was it 2?
It was the second
No,
comment, but they're the first commenter.
Yeah, you're right. And comment number 3. Oh, this is good. I just learned a lot about koalas. Says, most likely, koalas. They sound frickin' bizarre and scary, particularly if they're looking for
Lurver.
This says lurv.
Lurv. Yeah, it was this idea like hopping in here.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Tyler Perry wrote this comment. Thunderbuster responds and says, I do agree that they sound terrifying when calling for mates, but this didn't sound like a mating call. It was a slow, heavy breathing. The best I have to compare it to would be this. In 0.75
playback.
0.75 playback speed, and
There's
it's a
a little
YouTube
link.
video.
Mm-hmm. It's literally just an effect. It's called eerie animal breathe sound effect. Like, okay.
It had to have Googled like eerie animal breathing sound effect.
Yeah.
But he says, he goes on to say, but it certainly wasn't identical to that.
Yes. Now, if you click on this little link, it'll lead to YouTube, the eerie animal breath sound effect. It's 8 minutes and 34 seconds long.
Well, we don't have time for that. And if you 0.75 speed that's like 14
Forever.
minutes.
Yeah. Wait, okay, let me try this. With playback speed, let's go 0.75. I'm just going to listen to this real quick. It sounds like snoring to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just sounds like distorted snoring, like you're listening through a thick wall or something. Definitely not paranormal. Freaking my partner's dad, the 2 times I've met him when we go down to Texas, he would sleep in a room down the hall from us. Literally, his snoring is so loud, it almost fills the entire house, like fills the air around us. I'm not talking about like you can hear it. I'm talking about you can feel it through the whole house. It's so fucking loud.
Impressive.
Yeah. It's funny because for a second I was like, it sounds like sawing wood, which is what the original commenter here responded with. They're like, yeah, that's defo's a yowie or someone sawing wood very slowly.
If I had to guess, it's one of these things.
Yeah. No, to me it just sounds like snoring. So, and then there's one
see.
more comment here.
Last comment on there is maybe a bear, but again, you have to have some kind of knowledge on like the taxonomy of Australia. The like large fauna do not exist there. Like megafaunas don't exist, so like a bear is pretty much out of the question. Thunderbuster replies to this and says there are no bear species in Australia.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. So it's just heavy breathing outside. It literally could just be like what's the biggest like land creature they have there then?
The biggest land creature they have there would probably be a fucking kangaroo. That's a spider.
Yeah. Yeah, it could. It literally could be a kangaroo. It could be a kangaroo with a fucked up septum, just laid down to
deviated septum.
Yeah. To take a nap, got startled and hopped away. Like, I don't know.
Yes, according to Google, the largest land animal in Australia is the red kangaroo.
Is it bigger than the blue kangaroo? I don't know. Why is it red? Is it just red?
Its fur takes on like a very orange color.
Red kangaroo. Oh yeah. Look at that guy.
Damn. Sorry. The size of males, also called boomers, can reach heights of over 6 feet, 2 meters. Okay, we're learning. And weigh up to 200 pounds.
Jesus.
I didn't know they got that big.
Yeah. Here, I'm going to post an image of one, the one that I think was out there.
Oh, boy.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's why he sounded like that.
He's, Mr. X has posted a picture in the media channel that is, it's just a kangaroo, with its tongue hanging out. And it looks high. It looks high on marijuana.
He kind of looks high, or like he just sneezed or is about to sneeze.
Oh yeah, sure. He's got allergies.
Yeah. But okay. I'm gonna guess it was just a large-ish animal out there sleeping, and
I think because they're at a camp, this was a hazing done to a younger person.
Oh yeah, it's like if you take a tube and you like roll it up and you put it up to your mouth and you can make like different noises, like
yeah,
you know, so that they
I wasn't expecting that.
They were just kind of like, which is kind of what that sound effect sounded like. So
there you go.
Yeah, another person being, hey, summer camp is the place to fuck with people, right? You want to do fun childhood pranks, it's the place to do it. Yeah, I like that explanation. Mm-hmm. Either a snoring kangaroo or somebody messing with this guy. He seems,
or a combination of the two.
Oh yeah.
Someone put a tube around a kangaroo's mouth, and that kangaroo is in on the hazing.
That kangaroo's like, hold my beer. That was a shitty Australian accent.
Hold my beer. Give him some Fosters.
Beer.
Fosters? Australian for beer? I've seen the commercials. we should move on.
Yeah. I don't really have anything else to add to that. Like, what's one of those two things? I don't know if it's paranormal.
Okay, fine. Okay, if we want to play with the form here, yes, it was a ghost, and the ghost breathed funny for 30 minutes. But like, even as a paranormal story, that story sucks.
Okay, here, I'm gonna add a paranormal twist to this. Right?
Okay.
It was the Yowie. Right? But they said there were no footsteps or anything, which leads them to believe it was something more spiritual. Well, here, how about this, man? The Yowie was just taking a shit. All right, that's why it took so long. You know. You would think a creature of the wilderness would have more fiber in his diet, but no, man, he had to push out some bones or something, you know? It took a little while. He wasn't having a good time, and it sounded off, so.
Yeah, and what y'all don't know is Yowies, they don't walk, right? They get those big feet. It's hard. You ever tried to walk with flippers, like diving flippers on? Can't do it. Yowies have to jump. They leap for miles at a time.
Yeah. He just squats, pushes off the ground. He's 7 kilometers away. There you go.
however far away that is. Who knows?
Okay, let's move on to the last story here. Simply titled, My Summer Camp Story.
This could be anything.
This is a fun one because I picked this one up from the Alien Abductions subreddit.
Been a while since we've done anything alien.
Since like one of the first few episodes. So,
yeah.
Well, actually, you know what? The car episode, there was the guy trying to get Bigfoot footage and those aliens in the rental car behind him.
God, so funny. God,
yeah. Mark got a new house. We brought pictures of your house, Mark. Whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh my God. Okay. One day we'll have to do a compilation of some of our favorite stories. Okay, anyways, this story goes, so I've decided to share this publicly after realizing I've only told a handful of people about it in the past 25 years or so. Make of it what you will. I was 12 or 13 years old when this happened. I was attending a Christian summer camp oriented towards horseback riding. It was late at night and I was sleeping in my bed, one of the upper bunks in my cabin, which I shared with 7 other campers and our counselor. I'm sorry, was he saying he was on the upper bunk? Yeah, I guess so.
Yes?
You know what? Yeah, I think because I know how the story ends. I think he's saying he's on one of the top bunks. I woke in the middle of the night to a bright light shining through one of the windows in the room. Unable to move, I could only watch as the light focused on me. As the light engulfed me, I felt myself rise off the mattress on which I had just been sleeping. I floated through the air and exited through the window, still cocooned in my sleeping bag. I'm sorry, you were in a sleeping bag?
In a sleeping bag?
On a bunk?
On a bed?
Okay, I mean, I guess you can't trust that people haven't pissed in the bed before you got there or whatever, but I mean,
Sure.
come on. Come on. Okay. I should point out that the window never opened. I simply exited through it. Okay, I know he's saying he like phased through the window, but how funny would it be?
Phase
He
is the
just
word I would have used.
crashed right through it. And everybody's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" This is the last thing I remember before waking up. When I did wake up, I was thoroughly disoriented. While I fell asleep in my bed on the top bunk about 6 feet off the floor, I awoke on the floor of our cabin. I was still nestled snugly in my sleeping bag. Did I roll over the edge of my bunk? Possible, but I had no bruise or sore spots like one would expect after having fallen 6 feet onto the cold, hard floor. Mind you, he was in a sleeping bag. I awoke feeling great, simply wondering why I was on the floor. While I remember floating out the window and then back in, I remembered nothing in between. So, okay, so you literally just said the last thing you remembered was going out the window. Didn't say anything about coming back in until just now. I didn't tell anyone at the time. It was a Christian summer camp, and I felt this kind of story wouldn't go over so well. I recently mentioned it to my parents, and apparently this was the first time I brought it up to them after like 25 years. I guess I've only told my best friend, and now my girlfriend and parents, and now us, and now you, podcast listener. Part of me wishes I could remember more, but that's it. So yeah, a bright light sucked me out of my cabin and then brought me back, setting me down on the floor instead of back in my bed. I wish I could remember more, but that's it. As I said, make of it what you will. I haven't even made up my mind about it. Okay. So this is kind of the same ending as that other one, where he's like, I have no idea. So, okay, I do have a theory here. And it's gonna be
good, because I don't.
It's just gonna be the simplest one, right? And I think
Dreaming?
there's only one comment on here, and I'll read the comment and then go into it because the comment's very similar to my thing.
Okay.
The commenter simply says, "This is fascinating and frightening. Thank you for sharing. Have there been any other stories of abductions in your area or within your family? Also, have you experienced any similar episodes to this, or perhaps sleep paralysis?" So sleep paralysis is going to be my thing here. Like, clearly, kid woke up, he says he can't move, right? And the bright light, I don't really have much of an explanation for. There could have just been something going on outside. Freaked out, possibly just fell back asleep, and then rolled off the bunk and woke up after he hit the floor. I will say, when I was growing up, me and my twin brother had bunk beds.
Yeah.
We eventually had to split them, so we'd be in our own corners because I kept falling off the top bunk, and I don't remember it ever hurting because I was asleep. I would just wake up and be like, "What am I doing on the floor?" And at one point, we even had the Step Brothers thing happen, where one of us got on the top bunk and then it fell on top of the other one.
Shit.
So yeah, bunk beds are just hard, man. I know you currently sleep in an elevated bed. I'm guessing you haven't fallen out of it.
No. It has pretty steep walls to it.
Right, and most of them have like railings to them and stuff too. Now these could just be
that's what I
cheapo,
meant, yeah.
like little cheapo bunks. Obviously, they got to buy a lot of them. They're not going to make sure they're super high quality. But yeah, no, I think this kid he had a little sleep paralysis episode, fell back asleep, and then fell off of his bed once he regained motion. But let's see what the OP has to say here. It does respond with, "It's the only time something like this has ever happened to me. No other abduction stories among myself, friends, and family. Where I live isn't exactly a UFO hotspot either, though friends and I have seen strange lights in the sky once or twice. I've never suffered from sleep paralysis either, at least that I can recall. This story would be it, bud. Only abduction story that took place near here that I know of is that of Betty and Barney Hill, the most famous one, just across the border in New Hampshire. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Are you aware of Betty and Barney Hill?
I am.
Okay. Well, okay, so 25 years ago, 6 years ago, so it's been 30 years since this happened. So this would have been the early 90s. I'm pretty sure Betty and Barney Hill were like the 60s. So pretty common story. There was even movies made about it. Although, and I'm pretty sure in this case, Betty Hill admits that they were watching a movie about aliens before they went to bed.
I think the second season of American Horror Story was heavily influenced by their story.
No, I think he's just an episode of sleep paralysis, fell asleep, had a weird dream, rolled off the bed, and woke up. Pretty simple. This was the only two comments, and it was posted 6 years ago, so I don't think there's going to be any more comments popping up. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even think that this guy's like sitting here trying to be like, this really happened to me. I think they're just kind of curious what other people had to say. But as much as I want to believe in aliens, and there's no way that you can't believe that there's something out there. I don't think this is one of those stories.
No.
I don't think anything actually happened here. I think camp is a fun and stressful place at the same time, and kids just have weird experiences, man. Either you get in your hand put in some warm water and pee in the bed, or you're falling off your bunk and thinking you got abducted by aliens.
Or you dress like a kangaroo and you put a coat on your mouth or whatever we said.
Yeah. Or you dress up as a shadow person. You get on another camper's shoulders so that you're 8 feet tall and and freak out everyone at camp. I like how that in that story they're like, yeah, the new campers would have the same story as counselors from 3 years ago, and I'm like, well, it just sounds like it's a prank that's ongoing. They've been doing it for
tradition,
years.
yeah,
and they're just keeping the tradition alive. So, but yeah, that's it. That's all we got for the stories this week. I don't know.
I don't have anything extra.
Yeah, it's not. This one wasn't so much of a. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it wasn't fun. There's plenty of fun stuff here, but it was like a different vibe than I was expecting.
Yeah, I thought there'd be a lot richer stories as opposed to like, we saw something weird, but I don't know what it was.
Yeah, or like just like a traditional kind of like, there's a killer in the woods. We heard that story, and then I saw something weird in the woods. No, it's just kind of like, yeah, I heard some weird stuff. Honestly, I don't even think the shadow person thing was an actual story. It was just kind of talking about things that they heard, which is cool in its own way, because then we get like different accounts in one thing. And then we also got the cool little, finally, some corroboration with the commenter corroborating a story.
About time.
So, yeah, it only took 46 episodes.
Something I did do earlier, and honestly, I should have done this when we decided a theme, but on the POND pod Reddit, I had asked on Ask Reddit, what's your most paranormal summer camp experience?
Ooh.
As of reading this, that was 10 hours ago, and I only have 2 responses. I have 576 views and 2 responses. The first response was, a witch turned me into a newt. Okay.
No elaboration.
No. And the second response was, well, this one time at band camp.
Funny.
Yeah, so
Pie
funny.
Reference. Yeah.
Wowee.
Actually, man, I work with the weirdest fucking people that I do not like. And
okay.
one, yeah, I'm a huge movie person. I don't know if we've gotten into that a whole lot on this podcast. Obviously, our other podcast is movie related, but I really like movies. And apparently, the people around me also like movies to an extent. They have very bad taste in movies, I'll say that. And I know that's subjective, but listen to these guys talk about movies. You'll also, even if you don't know anything about movies, be like, wow, these guys have terrible taste. But one of the there's 4 foremen. I'm one of them. I work with another one on all the days I go in, and then there's another 2 who work the opposite schedule, and we all have one day where we all come in together to kind of ease the transition into the second half of the week. One of these guys is this weirdo, and he just asked me just randomly. I think we were all there, but he was like, hey, if you could live in any movie, what movie would you live in? And I didn't really understand the question. I was just kind of like, so like the universe, like any movie universe. And he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And he picked How to Train Your Dragon. And his reasoning was, I would train my dragon to kill all the other dragons. And I was just kind of like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, I don't think you understood the.
What did you get from those movies?
But then one of the other foremans was like, I'd pick American Pie. And the 4th foreman was like, that's what I said. And I'm like,
why?
American Pie?
It's ours. It's our world. We live there now.
Yeah, it's just our world, a little less PC, but like, even those guys couldn't get laid in that world. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
They clearly didn't watch the same movies.
Oh, man. Those guys also are just not funny. Like, I'm not going to say I'm the funniest person, but I could think of like a quip pretty fast or whatnot. But one of these foremans, he is erratic. He acts fucking weird. He always seems like he's high. But one day he comes in and he's in sweats and he's dirty, like covered in dirt. And he just starts telling me about how he was just at a funeral or whatnot for like some friend from high school and whatever. And we've had issues with this guy because he's just bad at his job and we want to get rid of him. But I was talking to the other foremans later in the morning and I was like, yeah, he came in all dirty and in sweats, which I don't even think we're supposed to wear. But I was like, but then he said he was just at a funeral. And I was like, did he go to the funeral dressed like that? And one of the other foremans was like, well, that would explain why he's all dirty.
What? No, it wouldn't. I have more questions.
And I was like, what? He like dug the grave himself?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they all tried to like one up me on the joke, but I don't know what they were going for. They were literally like, oh no, he hopped in the grave because he really wanted to say goodbye to the guy. Like it's just the cringiest guys that I work with, and it just it drives me insane sometimes. But
it's even crazier how they're also worms.
Yeah. That's why the one guy was so dirty.
I mean, we're all pretty dirty, but to wear sweats, that's crazy.
Anyways, I think should we just end on that?
Sure. That's going to have to do it for this summer camp themed episode. I'd like to say thank you to Dale Spalding and Ender Music for our intro, but also thank you for listening. It's been great. I hope to see artwork of worms banning pork rinds. If you have any suggestions for spooky subreddits, websites, or even just a story you'd like us to read from, go ahead and drop those suggestions in the comments, or you could send them to us directly on our Reddit. That's PONDPOD.
Yeah, and if you're enjoying the show, you can do a couple things for us, such as leave a 5-star review on whatever platform you listen on. And you can also check out some of the other stuff that we do, such as Sequel Factory, where we watch a movie and pitch an idea for a sequel that nobody asked for with our good friend Jet Kuso. You can also catch Mr. R and Mr. E on the Dirty 22 for some D&D fun. Woo! We've been a Paranormal Dudes ever in need of stories to intrigue, perplex, maybe even frighten. So remember, if you can't explain it, it's probably the Yowie. And until next time, stay tuned and stay haunted. Sorry.
What
Stay
sound does a
Australian.
yowie make? Stay Australian. Whoa.
Or
What is
just,
that? How did you do that?
That's just the same way you do everything else, man. You just do it.
I have a fucking headache now.